Alrighty guys, welcome back to the best investing money management channel on YouTube. In today's video, we are going to be doing a beginner's guide to Thinkorswim. Now, for those of you that don't know what Thinkorswim is, this is an online stockbroker that allows you to buy and sell different stocks, ETFs, and index funds. Now, the reason why a lot of people love this is one, it's commission free. Two, there's no hidden fees or costs or monthly subscriptions. And three, it's super easy to use. You can customize virtually everything on here, and it's just overall a fantastic broker. So once you guys go ahead and download the web-based platform, that's what we're going to be using today. And if you guys don't have access to that, I'll put a link to it down below so you guys can download it. Now, once you guys go ahead and get it loaded, you'll notice that we have these menu tabs. This is going to be how you navigate through this software. So if you click monitor, this is going to be how you monitor all the trades, your working orders, your filled orders, your canceled orders. Personally, I really don't use this one too much. I just mostly kind of stay on the charts tab. But once you go ahead and we kind of click through trade, this one here, very similar thing. I really don't go on it too much. This one, analyze. This is how you guys can search up different stocks and analyze it. So if we go ahead and we go AAPL, you'll notice that Apple pops up. You can go ahead and you can click that and see kind of everything going on inside the company, all of their earnings per share, dividends per share, cash flow, and all that good stuff. So this is just a fantastic thing. And on top of that, you'll go ahead and get an analyst rating to determine if you should buy, sell, hold, and all that good stuff. So I think that's really, really cool that they do this, because if you're somebody that's just starting out, it's always good to get some other opinions before you go ahead and you start buying stock. Then next tab here this is how you guys can create a stock scanner. So a stock scanner is just a way to find stocks. You put in certain criteria that works well for you. So if we wanted to go ahead and put in some stuff, it's very, very simple. You can go ahead and you can load one up. There's free ones, there's public ones. So if you wanted the top percent gainers, click that, scan, and then what this is going to do is going to give all these stocks that are up the most today. So I think that's really cool as well. And this is completely free, and you don't have to, create your own. But if you do want to create your own, you can obviously save it, and you can put it in. So percent gainers 101, save it, boom. And then once you go ahead and you load one up, there's personal, and then that is the one right there. So I think that's really, really cool as well. On top of that, they do have a whole bunch of other different studies you can put in. If you want fundamentals, if you want pattern study, you just got to add that filter right there, and you can go ahead and customize everything all in here with stuff that meets your criteria. We'll make a separate video on this just because this can take a while to determine what type of strategy you have, right? Whether you're a day trader, you're going to have a different strategy than somebody that's a swing trader. You're going to be looking at different stocks. So this is how you guys can kind of customize some criteria in a stock scanner that works well for you. Now, the second thing is this the next one here is this Market Watch tab. Market Watch is really, really cool because you can go ahead and you can integrate the Market Watch platform on here. So for those of you that don't know what that is, Market Watch is pretty much just like an investing site. It's completely free, and you can look at news articles. They do have paper trading, but so does Thinkorswim. And it's just an overall really, really cool platform. You can go ahead and integrate all of that stuff in here. Now, the next one here is the charts. Charts is going to be the most important one on the platform. The reason why is because this is how you guys can start analyzing different stocks. So, for me, I think that once you go ahead and you load one up, this is virtually the same on all of them, this charts. But the flexible grid is where you can go ahead and you can create kind of like a trade desk that works well for you. Like I mentioned earlier, if you're a day trader, you're going to have a different chart layout than somebody that's a long-term investor or a swing trader. And so let's go ahead and create some cool stuff. So what you're going to want to do is click this grid thing. This is going to be how you guys can kind of customize all of the different charts in here. So once you click customize, you'll notice that we have these little buttons here. So once you go ahead and you click this, okay, this is delete, this is add to the right, and then add to the bottom. So this right here is to delete it. So if we want to delete this chart, all you got to do is click this, boom. If you wanted to add one, Boom. That's how you do it. You add, if you wanted one to the right, that's how you do that. So, the biggest thing with this is just creating a platform, that works well for you. Personally, what I always do is I leave 2 up. I feel like this is a great beginner kind of platform here, desk. The reason why is because if you have too many charts, too many, studies and all that stuff up, it's going to be very, very hard to get a general layout of kind of what's going on. So once we go ahead, the next thing I always want to do is type in its stock. So we'll just keep going on with Apple AAPL. We'll go down here and go AAPL. So now that we have the same up, why would you want the same stock up? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to link these together. So what you can do is click this red here. Boom, this links everything together. So boom. The next thing we want to do is go ahead and change the day frame, right? You want to change the chart size, I guess. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually go ahead and we're going to have type in Apple again, just because I had different stocks up. Now, once you link them, you don't have to go ahead and go through and go on the bottom one because they're linked up. So if you wanted to go to a different stock, boom. If you wanted to go up to another one, this is how you can kind of navigate through it. On top of that, let's go ahead and delete this right here because we don't need that anymore. So boom, boom. The next thing, like I mentioned, is we want to change the time frame on this top one. So what we're going to do is click this little D. This is just the time frame setup. So once you click this, there's a certain number of days, tickers, and all of that stuff. So if you're somebody that's a long-term investor, you're probably going to want the 3-year chart so you can get a general layout of what's been going on in the long term. If you're a day trader, you're mostly going to want the day-minute chart so you can get a general layout for that day. And on the bottom here, if you're a day trader, what I would do is go to the 5-minute, 5-day chart so we can see what's been going on in the past 5 days, looking at support, resistance, and all that good stuff. The next thing we want to do is go ahead and go to the style. This is how you guys can kind of customize some stuff. So what's really, really cool about this is if you want different chart modes, right? If you want a whole bunch of different things they have, which is really cool. The next thing they have is the candlestick type. If you want a line graph, if you want, let's just say, bars, if you want virtually any chart in here, you can go ahead and find that chart that works well for you. Personally, candlesticks for me work very, very well. So we're going to go ahead and leave that and click that on here. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and kind of determine how do you buy the stock, right? We have the charts up. How do we buy it? So the next thing is this right on the right hand side is what we call the right side menu tab. So you will notice that if we click active trader, boom, we have different buy and sell buttons. And you might be saying, well, Carter, how do you move this over? This takes up 90% of the screen. All you're going to do, slide that over just like that. And there you go. And once you click this, this shows different buttons. So if you wanted to change, your quantity for your shares to buy to 50, boom. If you want to have auto send. So auto send is kind of like a way where once you click buy, those stocks are getting sent. You're not going to have to confirm anything and all that. So if you're a day trader that's trying to get in and out of positions really quick, auto send may be the best answer for you. Okay, now once we have that up and loaded, another thing we have on the bottom here is level 2. So level 2 is just getting a general layout of the bid and ask price, the buyers and the sellers. So this works very, very well for more of the day trading line, more of the traders, so you can kind of get a general layout of what the buyers are buying it at and what the sellers are trying to sell it for. So that's very, very cool. And you'll notice that you can go ahead and you can have every single one up if you want. Personally, you're not going to want that. I just find that it's very hard to navigate if there's so much going on. But I just think active trader is really, really cool. And you can even have time and sales up as well. But the next thing here, once you get that, well, Carter, how do you draw out stuff? You're going to want to click drawings up here. this right here pretty much just allows you to go through and go to the different drawing tools that they have. So if you want to go ahead and draw out some lines, boom, you can go ahead and do that. If you want a horizontal price level, boom, you can go ahead and do that. So this is kind of how you start analyzing stocks. And this right here on the bottom, okay, this is another way that you guys can change those tools right in there. And if you want to zoom in or out, they have those little zoom in and out features, which is awesome. All right, so the next thing here, let's go ahead and change that back to the daily so we can see kind of more what's going on for that day. On top of that, they do have a whole bunch of chart settings. So if you wanted to go through and change the appearance on your stocks, if you wanted to fill these up, if you wanted to change the background to white or something like that, boom, you can go ahead and do that. Since I would have to change both of those, but I just think that this is a great way for people to just be able to customize all of their stuff that they have, so you guys can see just like that, boom. And once we go ahead and we zoom in, this is going to be filled, those green tickers are going to be filled, and then on this one here you'll notice they're not, and we would have to go in and manually change the appearance to fill up. So getting a general layout of kind of what's going on is very, very important. And the beauty of this is you can go ahead and you can add hundreds of different charts, right? You can go ahead and create charts that work well for you. Just because I have something up, I'm just trying to give you a general layout and how you guys can customize all of your charts. On top of that, the general charting tab right here is very similar. You can change different charts on here. I just think the flexible grid works a lot better for stuff like that. So once we go ahead and we go back to here, another thing you guys can do is go to the studies and add different studies. So if you're somebody that wants an RSI line, just type in RSI, boom, boom, double click that in, and then you can go ahead and customize the line so you can get a better layout of what's going on with the stock. It's more customizable, and it's just overall going to work well for you. So once we get that loaded, you'll notice the RSI pops in on the bottom here. And we can zoom out and get a general, idea of kind of what's going on with the stock. Okay, the next thing that they have is the tools tab. So the tools tab, I really don't pay attention too much. You can set different alerts and stuff like that. But the most important tab is going to be the education. The education is almost like little free mini courses that they have. It takes a little bit to load up, but this is really, really cool. So they have stock fundamentals. They have a whole bunch of different free courses that you can go ahead and start learning about stocks. I think that this is really awesome. It's a great way for beginners to get a general idea of investing and trading and all of that good stuff. And then the last one here is just the general help tab. Okay, so going back to charts, this is really the bread and butter of Thinkorswim. Okay, on top of that, they do have an on-demand feature. On-demand allows you to go back in time and practice your trading, right? So if we wanted to go back, and let's just say we wanted to go to, let's go, boom, 2022 on June 10th at 9:30. Go. You're gonna click that up, and the market will go ahead and start trading for that day. So if you wanted to buy stock, boom, and you have, I think, a certain number of money that you can start buying. So once you click buy, market order, it'll go ahead, get filled, and all of that good stuff. It just takes some time, obviously, to do all this. So I think that's awesome for beginners, maybe that are just starting out, have a 9-to-5 job, or can't go back, that want to practice throughout the week or on the weekends. And you can go ahead and start doing this, right? Going back in time and starting to paper trade. It's all fake money. On top of that, you'll notice that we have this over on the left-hand side, okay? And you can go ahead and you can bump this in or out for whatever works well for you. So let's go ahead and let's delete all of these and go ahead and make stuff that, works well for us. So once you'll notice that we have this little plus button. This allows you to add different gadgets. So once we click plus, okay, we'll go ahead and let this load. And then you'll notice we have a quick chart. So if we wanted to have a chart up that just say of SPY, the general market, we can go ahead and do that. And if we go ahead and bump this out, we can change this to the daily and then move it back in. Okay, because it's very, you'll have to go ahead and do all that stuff. Okay, on top of that, what else we can do is go ahead and we can add a watch list. So a watch list is a way that you guys can kind of just keep track of stocks maybe that you want to buy, or stocks that you're looking to invest in or trade for that day. And you can go ahead and you can edit the ones, you can delete some, you can share them, you can create a new watch list. So let's create one. So boom, YouTube, and then you can go ahead and start typing in some stock. Apple, boom, let's go TSLA, Tesla, whatever ones work well for you. Okay, I think I already have a YouTube, so we'll go like 1111, boom. And then what you're going to want to do is link these together. Since we're on red, we're going to go ahead and click red. So now what's going to happen is once I click this stock, it should give us the chart. So let's go Tesla. Boom. Once we click Tesla, everything's all linked up. So then we wait for that to load and we're good. So this is how you can start navigating and making this more seamless. Okay. On top of that, what you can do as well is click plus, go to that watch list. Okay. We'll go ahead and move this up because we only have 2 stocks. We can go ahead, and what's awesome is remember that scanner we created, percent change gainers 101. We can go ahead, put that in, and what do you know it? Those scanners, those stocks that were on that scanner are now on our watch list, and boom, there we go. So making everything more seamless, right? This stock went from 6 to 9. There could be some sort of potential here. This is a great way for beginners to start trading. They make it very, very simple. It's customizable. And if you have too many charts up, guys, because I felt like when I first started, I had to have so many up, you don't. Go ahead and delete one. Boom. I think that having a solid chart that you can read and understand is better than having 100 up. That it makes it too complicated. So Thinkorswim is a great platform for pretty much everybody, whether you're a beginner, whether you're an expert. I just think it's an overall fantastic platform, one that I would highly recommend. And we haven't done a how-to video in a while, so I figured, things have changed. So I wanted to go ahead and put this up here, guys. So that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, hit that like button, subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments, and we will see you guys later. Remember to stay happy, stay positive, and stay safe out there. We'll see you later.